This is Front Row MMA, and here we are at the Hilton in Stockholm the night before UFC Fight Night, Gustafsson and Rumble Johnson, and we're fortunate enough to be joined with, well, I gotta say, you know, I'm aging you a little bit, I'm afraid, Mr. Huerta,
okay.
but, you know,
right.
we're here with a guy that's been there and done that in the MMA world for years and years now. Since 2003, I believe, as a professional.
2003, that's correct. A decade in. The
research pays off once. Look, first off, you're here because you've got some teammates that you're coaching out of Tiger Muay Thai, you know, Tarek and some of the other guys.
Yep.
First, the transition between full-time fighter and coach.
Yeah.
Was it an easy transition for you?
It was interesting. It wasn't planned. It wasn't really planned. I got the coaching job at Tiger Muay Thai in Phuket, Thailand, and that's where it all started. Really, that's where my coaching career started.
So there was no ambition for it. It was an opportunity. What made you take it? Was it you wanted to put another string in your bow? Did you think it would actually, you know, was it going to improve, you know, your technique and things within the cage? What was the mindset?
None at all. It was I got soccer kicked actually in ONE FC. It was the first time I was ever knocked out in a fight. Well, actually, it was not. It was the first time I was like knocked out full on, but before that was like when I fought Clay Guida. That's the first time I was ever like rocked, but I wasn't knocked out. I came back and I won that fight. But anyways, I was doing a lot of stupid things way before that, and that kind of made me slow things down. I had my friend Will Elliott is the director at Tiger Muay Thai, and I've always been, you know, friends with him for quite some time, and. Yeah, the coaching job ended up opening up because they were just redoing the whole MMA program. They didn't have an MMA program. They had hired Brian Embersall, but he wasn't there yet at the time. He was still obviously really active in the UFC, and so yeah, I got the job, and then Fernando Macachero ended up getting the job as well, who is a 5th-degree black belt jiu-jitsu guy from Brazilian Top Team. And so Fernando and I pretty much kind of were doing the, you know, really doing the whole program from the beginning until Brian shows up. I think he showed up like 6 months after, and then we did a fighter tryout, and yeah, we just started getting a lot of good guys from all over the place. And what was planned to being a 6-month thing, because that was the plan. I was only gonna stick around for 6 months doing the coaching, and then just kind of move on. But now it's been almost 3 years. I've been living in Thailand for 3 years. I'm not complaining. Trust me, I'm not complaining at all. It's been a blessing. It's been a blessing in disguise, to be honest. And I think it was something that I needed in my life. Yeah, it's been cool.
3 years in, after what you expected to be 6 months, I'm guessing you're in this for the long haul now. Is this? Do you see yourself? You know, is this something that you're going to do, despite the fact that maybe in 20 years' time you can't compete in the cage anymore? Are you still going to be coaching? Are you going to stay involved with this?
I love it. I love this thing. I wouldn't be doing anything else. I never knew that I would be I would enjoy coaching this much. And
what is it about it? What is it? The watching them develop? Is it the sharing of ideas and skills?
It's really all of it. All of it. It's the sharing. It's watching them develop. It's watching them grow. And it's really like, it's just having a team. It just reminds me of like being back at like, you know, I played football when I was in middle school, high school. I wrestled in high school. I wrestled in college, and you know, it's that team, that camaraderie, like that thing. And when I was in MMA, it was just me, and I had 2 really good trainers, Dave Minet and Justin Hagen. Those were like my main guys, and then I just had like really sparring partners type stuff. But I never really had what we got now. We have this. Well, we're Tiger Muay Thai, and then our team under Tiger Muay Thai is Team Banter, and that's what we call each other. That's Maribek, that's Zub, that's Tariq, that's Woody, that's Shay Walsh, that's Alex. We got 2 Alexes, George Hickman, Fernando Macachero. Like, I mean, we became this RB. Oh my God. We have so many good guys, you know, and yeah, it's cool. It's really cool.
We're gonna go back to the day a little bit because, you know, and you know, Sports Illustrated, you know, and that's going back a bit. You know, the first MMA guy to appear on Sports Illustrated. After the sort of the UFC part of your career ended, were you? I'm really conscious how I phrase this because you know, was there some disappointment? Were you disappointed in, because there was a lot of hype? Do you feel that maybe there was too much pressure put on Roger Huerta's shoulders at that age?
It was more so. It wasn't that. It was. I didn't know. After 07, like I think I got burnt out, to be honest. I fought 5 times in that year. I was doing a lot of PR. I was all over the place, and you know this was my life. Like that, this was it. Not that I was. I didn't hate my job or anything. Nothing. I loved it, and I'm grateful. I was grateful to being a part of the UFC. That was like my goal. Like that was like my dream. You know, and when it ended up happening, then it just kind of like it just went full on. You know, it was like nonstop, back to back. I mean, it was nonstop.
So, and they weren't easy fights. I mean,
no,
you were fighting.
It was just nonstop, but it's okay. And then, you know, after the Guido fight, I decided to take some time off, but even then I didn't really take time off. It was I got involved in this movie called Tekken, and then that was kind of strange for me at the time too. I didn't know what was happening. I couldn't really grasp it, you know, and I really couldn't sit down and really talk to someone or be guided into this direction of this entertainment world that I was being involved in. And to be quite honest with you, I didn't want it. Yeah. The bottom line is I didn't want it. I didn't feel comfortable having a lot of attention.
He says, "Well, we point the camera at."
I know. I didn't. No, I just didn't. You know.
Are there any regrets from the day? Because again, it was a successful UFC career. It was, you know, when it was there, and again, you helped to put this sport. Whether you like it or not, you help bring it mainstream. That Sports Illustrated, that was a huge deal at the time because the UFC.
It was the first time I think the mainstream media coverage ended up covering it because Chuck Liddell ended up being on the cover of ESPN, and then I was on the cover of SI, and then it all came out. I kept getting this whole thing with the SI jinx, you know, and everybody kept wanting me to, or not wanting me to lose. Everybody kept expecting me to lose because of being on the cover, right? So that didn't happen, right? It was an awesome year, and it ended up on a good note. Everything else that ended up happening after that, it was just being lost in the way, you know. I just didn't know what direction I wanted to take, and I didn't really have the proper guidance, I believe.
Do you? And again, I think regret is the wrong word. Do you sometimes look back and go, "If only had someone been there"?
Not really, because now, again, it's not like I'm not. Okay, so people say that I'm doing this comeback thing. I'm not. It's not. I'm doing a comeback. I'm just enjoying. What I understand now is this. Is obviously there's a beginning and there's an end, and then no matter what, eventually I'm gonna have to hang it up. You know, that's for sure. It doesn't matter. It can be tomorrow, it can be a week, it can be a month, it can be whenever, but that end is gonna happen. So I will have to retire one day. All of us do. All and so now I'm like, you know what, man, just be in the moment, just enjoy doing this. Like I was telling my guy Maribek, you know, he was, you know, the weight cut process it's never going to be easy. You know, it's always going to be difficult. It just is. But you can make it easier. But again, it's never going to be easy. But even that, just man, embrace that, like, you know, take that in, like, enjoy that time, enjoy what you're feeling, because again, that will end, you know. So, excuse me. Yeah, that's how I took my last fight. I was just really into being in the moment, enjoying my weight cut. I think it was like the most fun fight week I ever had with my crew, with my Team Banter crew. You know, Woody was out there with me. We got this name Don. We call him Big Name. He's our Muay Thai, my Muay Thai trainer from Tiger Muay Thai, and yeah, George Hickman and Tariq. He's one of our other fighters who I have to corner. He fights for Desert Force, so I got to be corner. Yeah, I'll corner him in Dubai in 2 weeks. So yeah, it's busy. Just hey guys, just busy, you know, just busy with stuff. Hey, bro. Hey, good. But yeah.
You talk about that last fight. It was at the back end of August, and it was a TKO due to you know, knees and strikes. When you put in a performance like that, and I think it was a performance, you know, you're very happy with. You know, it's been a while since you've competed in the ring or the cage again. How long before we can expect to hear that Roger Huerta is going to be appearing on ONE FC again?
Man, you gotta put pressure on ONE FC. You know, you can do that. Yeah, please do so. Put some pressure on ONE FC. Get me back on the card. I keep emailing them to, you know, when is my next fight. So they keep kind of. The last thing I heard is that they can't give me an exact date until after Chinese New Year's, which yeah, I understand that, but they could at least say, you know what, we're looking at, I mean,
end of April.
If you're a promotion and if you're looking at, you know, at your promotion, I think you know what. First, well, actually, they just signed up. Been asking for May, I think, or when is it May? Is it May?
It's May, and I could be wrong because my research is terrible.
So, yeah, so me too. But I just know that somebody announced that he's been. I was like, well, if he has a fight, well, why can I? You know, I've been asking for one, so. I'm
going to ask a question that all fighters loathe, and they'll always give me a politically correct answer, and I really don't want one. I want somebody to give me an. Who do you want? Yeah. What makes sense for you?
Shinya Aoki.
There you go.
Shinya Aoki.
Somebody finally calling someone.
No, I swear to God. No, this is the thing, man. I'm gonna be again like you. I've been a decade into this. I've been doing this since 2003. I'm 31 years old. I'm gonna be 32 in May. And yeah, I don't got that much time left to do this, and so why not? Why not? You know, eventually, you know, he's gonna be going out sometime, and I'm gonna be going out sometime. Why not face each other now and you know, have a crack at it?
Well, what a sweet ONE FC, make that one happen. I'm not sure they'll listen to me, Roger. if I'm honest. I know you've got commitments. You've spent some time with. What do you want people's, you know, when you do hang up the gloves, whether that be in a week or in 10 years, how do you want people to remember what Roger Huerta brought to MMA? That's a tough question, I know, but
it's tough, man. You know, I think I can't. I don't know. I mean, I just kind of went balls out, right? I think I was a guy who just always went at it, and you know. If I was going to go out, I was going to go out on my shield, and I think I want to be remembered for that. You know, it's just a guy that just kind of went at it.
And that's going to be a pretty easy legacy to live up to, because people just have to look at the footage. Look, we appreciate that you've got guys here who are getting ready for a fight tomorrow night. Look, before we let you go, we always end with, is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to? Anybody you'd like to thank for their help and support through the years, or sponsors that you'd like to give a quick mention?
To be honest, I want to thank my team. You know, without them, none of this would be possible. You know, Tiger Muay Thai, Team Banter, these guys. You know, we train hard. We do a lot of things together, and we help each other out. We motivate each other, and you know, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to have them in my life, and you know, to keep going at this thing.
Roger Huerta, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. And when ONE FC give you the fight with Aoki, we would like very much to follow that up with another interview, sir. Thank you so much for your time. It's a real pleasure.
Pleasure.
Thank you.